Welcome back to the 2014 Shop.ca Women's World Team Championships here at the White Oaks Resort and Spa. We are down to the last four. So as you can see, we have two semi-final matches coming your way this afternoon and this evening. First up, Hong Kong, China, the number 4 seed. Their first appearance in a semi-final. They'll be taking on second seed England. And then at 6 o'clock local time, top seeds Egypt will be taking on Malaysia. So this first match between Hong Kong and England, the order today is 1, 2, 3. So the first match onto court, Annie Au will be taking on the reigning world champion and the English number 1, Lengthorn-Massaro. Next onto court, Joey Chan, the Hong Kong number 2, will be taking on Alison Waters. And then we'll have Tong Shi Wing taking on Sarah Jane Perry. So joining me once again in the commentary box, we have former world champion and former world number 1, Jonathan Power. Jonathan, good to have you back for these semi-final matches.
Well, thanks for having me back after yesterday's performance. But no, I had a great time watching the squash yesterday up close, and we've got an even better matchup for in store today. I'm really pumped up to see these two girls play because they both have such incredible understanding of the four corners of the squash court. They really know how to use the entire court, keep the ball out of the middle, and cause all kinds of problems to their opponents. And here they are playing each other today. It's going to be a great game.
So yeah, great opportunity for Hong Kong to get off to a good start here. England, the favourites in this match overall, but this first string could be quite interesting. It's 7-4 in favour of Lengthorn-Massaro in their heads-to-head. So it could be an interesting one.
Time.
Absolutely, and I think in the last year they've gone 2-2, so it's neck and neck, and the contrasting styles should shape up to make for an interesting match.
So the England team going for their 11th consecutive final at World Team Championships. Incredible stat. If they do so, that is actually the record.
Wow, that's impressive. 11 straight times in the final.
The last win was in 2006, so they'll be very keen to get back this illustrious title. And they'll be looking to their number 1 player to get them off to a good start.
They have to be happy with the draw, the way it shaped up, being the 2nd seed and getting the 4th seed in the semifinals. I think Hong Kong is a good team, but the top 3 teams here are stacked, and if they want to make that 11th final, this would be the draw you would want on paper, wouldn't you think?
Certainly. I did actually speak to David Campion, the national coach, after the draw, and he was quite pleased. But they certainly won't be taking anything for granted here.
Absolutely
Serving
not.
from England,
like we said, it's 2-2 in the last time these two girls played.
Receiving from
Last
Hong
4
Kong,
matches they
China,
played.
Annie Au, best of 5 games, love all.
And we're off.
Down, 1 love.
Nervous start for the young girl from Hong Kong.
Left-hander, as you can see. She's incredibly clinical on that forehand side, Annie Au. You'll find Laura playing a lot to her backhand.
I find that with most lefties. I mean, so much of squash is played up and down the backhand wall, so it tends to be on their forehand, and they develop such amazing forehands, and their backhands get neglected. Beautiful drop shot.
You can see
Yeah,
a good example of
hand
how
out.
clinical she can be on that forehand, taking
One
it in
all.
short very well. She very rarely lets an opportunity go to take that ball in short.
You'll really see Annie out throw that ball up high. Great boast by
Hand out.
the England captain.
2-1.
I'm assuming she's captain. Is that?
I'm not sure, actually.
She
Good
is.
question.
Well, let's call her captain for the day. Ooh,
Now,
Just clipping the tin.
3-1.
she really disrupts the rhythm. Anyhow, she likes to throw it high, throw it low, and keep you off balance. So it's tough to settle in.
Yeah, she's a very awkward player. Likes to lift the ball and then chop it in short. She's acquired a very, very good lift, especially on that backhand side. The side that she is a little bit more limited on. She's got a very good lob
4
to get herself out of trouble, and a very, very good drop shot as well, actually, on that side.
It's going to be a let there, I
Stroke
think.
to Hong Kong.
Oh, jeez.
That is harsh.
Wow, setting the tone early.
You did not clear off. You did not clear off the ball.
Looks like the referee wants to
Hand
be a part
out.
of this match
2-4.
early.
I think Laura almost thinking that was more of a no-let than a stroke there.
I think you're right. Well, here we are. It's 2-4. She's got to shake it off.
Hand
Oh,
out.
justice a little bit. You have to
5-2.
think that that
The
came from the
perfect
gods.
response, that.
Yeah, exactly. The shank winner. There's that beautiful lob again. Good clear by Massaro. If you watch after Annie Au throws that ball up, she quickly gets to the tee and looks for a short reply. And that's where she's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Great pace by Laura Massaro.
6-2. Yeah.
And there's
out.
that 2-all boast we've seen
3-6.
working so well in the women's game so far on this court.
Yeah, and that acceleration with that same small swing, she has so much variety on that forehand. She's got the low cross-court angle, the drop, the boast. And that deception is causing Laura to be a little bit edgy on the tee.
Hand out. 7-3.
Oh, she's going to her backhand.
Just remembering in time that she's playing a lefty.
Great cross.
And you can really see the game
8-3.
plan here, trying to get that ball nice and wide and deep on that backhand side.
And she put a little hold on that there. She kind of drew her to the other side and then hooked her back to the backhand, and it really worked well.
On the pickup first, please. Good. 9-3. On the appeal for a let? Yes, let. 8-3 right. It is not the same. It was a different circumstance. You are serving from the right. Serving from the right, please. 8-3.
Wow.
So Laura not happy with the referees in this first game.
Well, she has a case. She got sort of done over on that first call, and she'd expect the same service in her favor, but didn't quite get it. you know, I think the worst part is the inconsistency, right? She felt like that was the same situation. There's that boast again. She's on it.
Yeah.
That was an angry
And
forehand there.
4-8.
But she has a 4-point lead here, so no need to worry too much about those decisions.
Cleared that really well. Good width. Oh, just overhitting that one. Oof.
Nice little hold there from Annie Au.
He's got so many options from that
5-8.
situation that it's
Laura.
basically a guessing game, I think.
Laura was in control of most of that rally, just not quite clinical enough. Going in short with the boast, but really trying to expose that backhand, and that's a great finish from Annie Au.
6-8.
Laura needs to reset herself and find her length and keep jumping on the ball the way she was early on in this game. Better width.
Yeah, the game plan seems to be right. She's doing all the right things. Just maybe needs to get the execution right, like that shot.
No let.
Yeah, she can see this means a lot to her. She's a little bit
9-6.
nervous and edgy, but the quality has been there. That's why she has a 9-6 lead. That's the spot again. Managed just to get that nice and tight.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's a lucky squeeze. The ball just drawing in towards the wall.
10-6. Game ball.
And that gives her game ball in this first game.
Whole cross. Overhitting that cross court just a touch, allowing Annie Au to get under it.
Yeah.
Great drop shot.
Quite a short swing on that drop
Hand
shot,
out,
short backswing.
7-10. Game ball.
She's short backswing and she really releases the hand through, and that's what's causing so much deception. Great racket work. It's a bit high.
Great
Game.
finish and good penetration on that drive, which
England.
set up
11-7.
the drop shot to finish the
England
game.
leads 1 game to love.
So a good start for England. 11-7, first game for Lengthorn-Massaro. And the last time these two played was at the British Open. Lengthorn-Massaro eventually making the final there, losing out to Nicole David in the final. But a pretty good year for Laura overall, taking the World Championship title in Malaysia, in Nicole's hometown. She is the reigning world champion. And she's been getting stronger and stronger during this tournament. She got off to a shaky start, losing against Tesney Evans, but seems to have found her focus since then.
I think that set her right. You know, she just needed to shake it up a little bit. And she had a couple hard practices, she was telling me, and got her head back in gear, and having a
15
great
seconds.
match yesterday has sort of set her back into her form. So she's put that match behind her and admitted that Tesney has improved a lot and has moved on from there. So
Yeah, nice convincing win against Madeleine Perry yesterday in the quarterfinal. And looking reasonably comfortable so far in this semi-final, first string match.
she really needs to get out to the same kind of start, get on that ball early, get that ball through the court, not leave anything short on her forehand.
England leads 1-0.
Certainly easier said than done.
So if you were talking to Annie Au in between games there, what do you think the advice would have been?
Well, she had a lot of success, you know, wrong footing her and changing directions, so she needs to try to get on the ball as early as she can, hold, and then just put the ball into a corner, because a lot of her points came from exactly that, just fixing her racket in a good position, holding it, and just firing the ball into the corner. That was her spot again. That's what she's waiting for, and she finished it.
Hand out. 1-love.
On these glass courts, if you don't have perfect racket work on your length, that ball lands short in a hurry. And that's exactly where she wants the ball.
2-love.
And she likes to use a lot of height on the front wall, and again that's proved to be very effective on this court.
Yeah, and I thought Laura cleared the ball very well from some very difficult high positions. Managed to get it through the court like that again. So often Annie Au's opponents leave those balls short, and then she capitalizes with a quick finish. Beautiful hold there. Great kill.
That's a lovely finish.
Hand out.
And that's
1,
the trademark
2.
fist pump and shout from Lengthorn-Massaro.
So she's serving 1-2 from the left. I think we got a little glitch on the scoreboard there, but Annie Au jumping out to a 2-point lead, and Laura came back with a beautiful forehand kill. Great drop.
Down.
And you really can't afford
And
to leave that ball in that service box
3-1.
area against Annie Au on either side. She loves taking that ball in short and straight.
Out. Hand out.
How's your
2,
Cantonese? Did you
3.
pick up on what she said to herself there?
It's not great, I have to say. It's not my best language.
You've got a few in the bank.
Yeah, 2.5.
Beautiful hold there, getting it to her backhand. That hook backhand, just getting her to lean for the straight ball and then
3-all.
flicking it back cross court. Annie Au's movement is so fluid and she reads the game so well, but if you can stop her like right there,
Yeah.
she's not explosive to the ball. So
Left.
if you
4,
can do what
3.
she does to her opponents, hold her and then put the ball in the corner, her movement's going to struggle. But if you play in rhythm, she's such a fluid, easy player that she'll pick up every ball.
Absolutely, and we've mentioned a few times how important that area can be, especially in the women's game, that little bit of hold, and that's certainly something that Laura has been working on. Not an easy thing to do by any means, but important to keep enlarging your game.
Absolutely, and it doesn't have to be overly deceptive. It's about getting the great shot there. It's just about getting on the ball early,
5,
freezing
3.
the opponent on the tee, and then just putting it in the corner. Don't have to overcomplicate it. Gotta leave. Laura's movement really settling down there. She's not jumping on the first fake.
Left.
She's come back here from 3-1 down.
Mm.
Rattled off 5 straight points.
So that nice 3-point cushion again. And a very confident start from the English number 1.
7-3.
And an error off serve there. Puts her at 7-3.
Just trying to go for the cheap winner as opposed to what she was doing before, structuring that rally, hitting a good length, getting the short ball, and then taking it in. Again, looking from the winner from behind the opponent. Very dangerous play.
Yeah.
Apologizes
And
for the
4-7.
somewhat lucky sidewall nick. Well, it was a bit of a guess on that one. She guessed right.
5-7.
Laura hit it right into her hitting zone, and that was the end of that.
Yes, left. 5-7.
Oh, great touch up at the front. Just shaving the front wall with that.
6-7.
Laura actually reading that shot, but it was too good. Right up the court. And she's pulled it back to 6-7.
Just missing that length there. She's got to find her length again. That's what got her that lead. Good drop.
Down.
And she's capable of stringing together quite quick rallies. Lengthorn-Massaro's length, maybe just a little bit short.
For sure, you blink for a second against Annie Au and she rattles off 3-4 quick points. So what Laura was doing so well is that concentration on that length, and she needs to keep it there.
Yes, left 7-all.
And maybe keep the pace of the ball as well. If Annie's able to get a few quick rallies in, then the ball gets a little bit cold, and she likes that.
Yes, 7-all. Down.
That was the right
8-7.
shot. She just was a little nervous, didn't follow through on that drop shot, but she needs to pull herself back. Good width, good height, short ball on the forehand. That's the point. Making the game look simple there.
9-7.
Laura really needs to concentrate on getting that ball right into the back corners here. The pace of the ball has really dropped. The temperature of the ball has really dropped.
That's
and
it.
Suddenly everything's falling
Feel on
short.
the shot. Shot was good. 10-7.
Wow, from
Game
7-4 to 10-7
In no time.
yeah, exactly. It's good width. No.
Wow.
I'm
That
not
is
sure what happened
incredibly
there.
fair.
Hand out,
The ball was out?
8-10.
Annie
Game
believes
ball.
it was.
Just conceding the point there. Difficult to tell with the blue lines on the court on the side wall. It's from a viewing perspective.
Both players obviously felt like the ball was out, but could prove to be a crucial rally.
Pace is picked up here.
Laura just getting a bit more penetration on her length there.
Should really like to win this point because now the ball's heating up. That takes away Annie Au's options in the front court. Good width there. Moves up on it. Counter drop. Too good.
That's a lovely forehand drop from Laura Massaro and a much better rally, much more aggressive.
Yeah, and well structured.
9,
Just
10,
good
game
penetrating
ball.
length. Annie Au played a unadvised drop shot from behind her opponent and got beat on the counter.
A big rally coming up.
That's her spot. Doesn't finish it. That's trouble.
Yeah.
Let's get.
And again, the execution wasn't
10
great, but it was
all,
just a
player
little
to
bit of
win by
hold
2
there.
points.
Yeah, and good
Annie Au
pace.
slightly wrong-footed and hitting the ball in the tin. So we're at 10 all. Tie break in the second game. And not much Laura can do there.
Hand out, 11-10.
Great forehand winner
game
from
ball.
Annie Au, and she has another game ball.
It's an absolute no-go zone right now for me. If you leave that ball on the service line, that's pretty much done. That's better. Get it over to the backhand. Good height and width by Annie Au. Again, good reply. Doesn't want to go to that forehand. She had the open court on the forehand, but decides to go back to the backhand. She's just been beat too many times. She's gun shy. Oh, good, yeah. And that's it. 11 all.
Well structured rally there from Laura Massaro. Really punishing
Hand
Annie
out,
on that backhand
11
side,
all.
and waiting patiently for the opportunity. And this match really hotting up.
Down.
Oh, missed the easy one up at the front. Giving the English woman game ball 12-11. If she gets out of this game, she'll be very relieved. Having had 4 game points against her? 3 or 4? Good clear.
Down.
Oh, unforced error.
Game to England.
Wow, that game was all over the place.
13-11.
Massaro
England
going
leads
up
2
early,
games
Annie Au coming
to
back.
love.
With a few game balls there, and then Massaro storming back to take a 2-love lead.
So that's a blow to the Hong Kong camp. Ray of light there with Annie's 3 game balls. But Laura Massaro showing that mental toughness, hanging in there, eventually taking the game 13-11 in 13 minutes. And a 2-love lead for England.
She squeezed 3 backhand errors at the end of that game, and she's just got to go back to that well as many times as she can until Annie Au finds a way to solve that backhand side. Because right now, all her points are coming on the forehand and very few on the backhand compared to the mistakes she's been making.
Yeah, and she just dropped the pace slightly, I felt, when she was up in the middle of that game, and allowed Annie to hit off a few winners in a row. And towards the end of the game, she was aggressive again. She was getting a good line on her drives and cross courts. Good basics.
Yeah, she needs to keep that ball hot, needs to keep that ball bouncing and use her good court craft and court savvy. She manages the space so well that she doesn't ever get out of position really with her footwork, that she needs to just keep that pace high and stick to her strengths of managing the court and choosing the right
15
shot, the right
seconds.
pace. And that's what's really impressed me with Lengthorn-Massaro this week. At least the last 2 matches that I've seen. I didn't see her first one, but she certainly has a high squash IQ. Well, they're back on court. 2 games to love lead for England. Laura's going to kick it off, serving to her backhand, it looks like. I'd like to see her really heat up the ball in this warm-up even, just get that ball moving. And if I was Annie, I'd just be trying to freeze her out, let that ball kind of...
You can see she's just lobbing
she's just
the ball.
Lobbing it back. She's just trying to keep the ball cold. Boast, lob.
Laura's bouncing around, hitting it as hard as she can.
All these little things, all this gamesmanship that goes on
England leads
between
2 games to
between the
love.
lines.
Love all.
That's the spot. Oh, Massaro reads it. See
Yes,
what happens
let.
here.
They've gone for the let this
Love
time.
all.
That part of the court has thrown up a few decisions.
And really, they've all come back different, so who knows? Kind of hearts in your throat.
Stroke 2.
Annie feeling she didn't have enough room to hit that and kind of
Stroke
baiting
2,
Massaro to
Hong
jump
Kong,
in on that
China.
ball. And
Hand out.
Quite difficult to
1
tell
love.
from here the dimensions and how close she was. But Laura obviously feeling that she had a free swing.
I think she held it a little long and dragged her into that swing beautifully. It's a little bit of, I don't know how intentional it was, but that's trouble. Just opening up that hard backhand cross court. Uh-oh.
Out.
And she's lucky to get away with that. The finish
Hand
wasn't
out,
there on the drop
1 all.
shot. But Aniao hitting the lob out of court.
She got there so quickly that she overhit it. She didn't expect that ball to be bouncing up so high and missed the lob.
And a sigh of relief for Laura there.
For sure.
Yeah. 2-1.
Laura wants to get out to a quick lead, and you think Annie would.
You feel like mentally that could be it if she gets a lead here.
That's it. And you just see with the movement there, just not
3-1.
trying to dig in and make a desperate get. I'd like to see Annie try to be a little bit more desperate. She needs everything to be a little too perfect for me, and sometimes you just got to scrap out a match when you're not necessarily having your best day.
Yeah, the belief doesn't seem to be there.
Obviously, that was a heartbreaker, that last game, so takes the wind out of your sails.
It does, but that's part of squash.
Hand out. 2-3.
And plenty of examples of coming back from 2-love down, but that's the mental toughness you need in this game.
Wow, Massaro just jumping on that boast up at the front. Just her
And
width
out,
and the length in that rally, you just had her
4-2.
behind her the whole rally.
And she always times those little shouts very well. She knows
Yeah.
when she's got on top of someone
5.
and just almost
2.
tries to turn the screw.
Yes, let. Right, 5-2.
Anyhow, just catching Laura Massaro's foot there on the way through to the ball. Just a simple let.
Uh-oh.
And Anyhow going for the quick finish off serve, and that will not serve her well to get back into this match. And Laura takes a 4-point lead.
You have to think one more, and it's all she wrote. 5-point lead, 2-love. Haven't seen too. Oh, the referees called it down. It's interesting to see.
Hand out.
Oh, he played it like he called it good. Doesn't make mention of it again, as the players both knew what was happening.
Hand out.
An out serve at this stage, almost unforgivable.
And that's a great shot there from Laura Massaro. Very simple, but just perfect line, perfect weight of shot. And she's skipping around the court now, 9-3.
9-3. Out.
She missed a couple of those forehand kills and drops. She gets herself in perfect position. Just timing's a little off today, but for the most part, it's been a fantastic match for Laura Massaro. Great get, great lob, back in the point.
Yeah.
Giving her 6 match balls.
Hand out.
Laura wants to finish it on the first time. You know you want to just get off the court at this stage. And that's it. England takes the first match, 3 games to love. That's certainly going to make the coaches and other players breathe a sigh of relief.
11-4. Match 2.
Going forward, they know they have a very strong chance at number 3 if it comes down to that. And even in the number 2 slot, we haven't seen Joey Chan ever upset Alison Waters. She's leading that head-to-head 7-0. So England's in a very comfortable position to be making their 11th final.
So great match there to kick off proceedings. Before I bring Laura back on, could you please put your hands together for Annie Au? Laura just being congratulated there by national coach David Campion. Laura, well done.
I have 35.
We were saying while we were commentating that you two have played 3 or 4 times, I think, this year, and pretty even. I think you won the last 2, but you've had some tussles in the past, and she's a really awkward player, someone that you have to get your tactics right against, or you're in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. There's a game plan there, and if you get it right, then Annie becomes, manageable. If you don't, she becomes very unmanageable very quickly, as I found out when I was 7-3 up, and then I think, slight lapse of concentration from me and a pick-up in game plan from Annie, and I was 10-7, was it? 10-8? I don't know, I was just having a mare then in my head, but managed to regroup, and obviously that was the turning point, and just, I love to, come back from behind, as you probably know, so I love a challenge, and that was certainly a challenge, and then it was just about keeping my foot on the accelerator through the third.
Well, you can kind of relax now. You've played your part. Alison Waters now taking on Joey Chan, so another great match to look forward to, but Alison obviously a very experienced England player, so in pretty good hands, I think.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys commentate after I'd watched my match back last night and heard you, especially Jonathan say that he, preferred to be on there first, getting it going, and I'd like to think that I can, bring the game home if I need to, but Alison did me a huge favour yesterday by putting me 1-0 up, and I just really wanted to repay the favour and take some pressure off her now for that match.
Well, you certainly did that. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Laura Massaro.